So today is Friday the 13th, and boy, does it feel like it, especially how this week has been and how it's ending when it comes to interest rates. So I quickly want to just talk about where we were, where we are, and where are we heading when it comes to rates right now. And I've been getting a lot of questions, and rightfully so, with everything that's going on, especially the war in Iran. So heading into 2026, interest rates were good. I mean, we were definitely a downward trajectory, getting close to 6%, even dipping below it slightly. The employment numbers, unfortunately, but fortunately for rates, were poor. You know, the job market was cooling. We started to see less jobs added. Unemployment was ticking up. And these are, like I said, unfortunately, good things for rate. And inflation was kind of in check as well. So we were heading into this kind of busy spring market in really good shape, much better than last year in 2025 because of those items. Now we fast forward here to the current state, the Iran war. Now, the Iran war, the biggest thing that we're experiencing with that is oil, right? Some of you are probably starting to see it at the gas pump now. I just filled up my car and I noticed it, right? So it's definitely gone up here. And the Strait of Hormuz, I'm sure you guys have heard that, term and that location in the Middle East, but 20% of global oil flows through there. Just think that once every 5 times you fill up your car, right? That's the equivalent of how much oil flows through that, passageway there. And, Iran is blowing up ships. And, I know our government's trying to do everything they can. They're releasing the strategic oil reserves, but I feel like it's doing very little right now. So the bottom line is it's causing a lot of uncertainty. Gas prices, oil prices are going up, and that's inflationary, right? So if inflation is on its way up, so are interest rates. Now, leading up to this, just to go back to where we were again, the unemployment numbers and the job additions, we had a negative job print, like 92,000 jobs lost when we had the February report come out. And that's usually good news for interest rates. But the problem was we have this like tug and pull. You had a poor labor market, but then you had this inflation because of oil prices. So it's like, which one is going to give here? But unfortunately, it looks like the one that's winning is the oil and the inflationary aspect of it. So as a result, this has spooked markets. Bond market, especially the mortgage bond market, actually has been beaten up more on this than just the 10-year bond, which a lot of people follow. That has definitely gone up. It's gone up about 0.25%. And rates are probably a little bit higher than that, have gone up maybe 0.25 to 0.3% mortgage rate. So look, the bottom line is that yes, we are higher rates this week as a result of this Iran war and the uncertainty. It's not terrible though. We were hovering around 6 and we're now more around 6.25. But we have been following the data. When rates get under 6 or around 6, that's a really healthy market and it spurs a lot of activity. So the fact that we were right there and kind of hanging out there, it was great timing heading into the spring market. But now we're back to that 6.25, and there's the uncertainty factor too, and we just don't know when it's going to stop, right? So where are we heading from here? It's really unknown. This is going to be super hard to predict because it's really going to depend on the escalation of this war. Personally, I think we could be here for a couple weeks. I'm hoping this is going to be a quick resolution. Maybe that Straits of Hormuz will open up, and it will open up, and we'll see more global oil flow. I'm sure there's going to be some deals that are worked out here, but as of now, it's just still a little unknown. But I still feel confident that after a couple weeks, this will settle down and we'll get back to the normal data, inflation and jobs report. So let's see what happens here. But just wanted to give you a quick update on rates. I don't think it's anything to panic, but it's definitely worth knowing what has gone on in the last week and where we could potentially be heading. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Hope you all have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.